Writer PH Studios.
Andre Simon, thank you for being here with me on Rider Page Studios. We'll be talking about your new song, Change. Is that change or changes? Change? Alright,
Changes, yeah.
changes, right. Kasi may tatlo siyang messages. Anyway, first,
Mhm.
pinanood ko yung video niyo about yourselves and you mentioned na kaya P6 yung name niyo. It's actually from the Project 6, from the name Project 6 yata, no? Can you elaborate on your name, P6, Simon?
Yeah, so I live in Project 6, and when Andre and I started, it was just like making music here in my house, and Andre made a joke, but why don't we just call ourselves P6, and then eventually we just stuck with it, and we ended up liking it in the end.
I thought there was something about the area that inspired you to pick that name for yourself. Meron ba? Like, di ba meron mga rap group na Don Galo? So, may ganun ba?
Um, I think Andre
Yeah,
can
Andre?
expand.
The joke was like Drake always says he's from the six,
I see.
so I was like P6 makes sense. Like Project 6, that's where we make music. So yeah.
Right. Paano kayo, I know you're from the same school, no? Pero
Mhm.
how did you really end up doing music together? Being a duo? Like, how did that happen, Andre?
Mm, I messaged a friend of mine, and we were talking about making like music together. Then I messaged Simon as well, and then after that, we made music with a couple of friends, and at the end, it was just Simon and I who consistently started doing it, and we just continued.
But how do you know Simon?
We were friends since like grade school, and then we got closer in high school,
Oh.
and then and yeah.
But even then, you didn't talk about forming a group since you've been friends like forever.
We were working individually, I think, like separate from each other, pa. And then we started taking notice of each other's like works. And then once Andre messaged me at that time, I really fell in love with the idea of working with other artists as well, and then ended up with Andre and I being a duo, which worked out perfectly for us.
Right. I think medyo tricky being in a duo kasi like, unlike in a group na meron kayong referee, in kasong meron kayong hindi mapagkasunduan, kayo, it's just you two, di ba? So, how does that work for you, being a duo? Is it difficult? Is it
Uh,
heaven?
I think it helps that we're just both honest to each other. Like if we write something bad, we tell each other. If we write something good, we tell each other. So it's no hard feelings. It's just being honest and just trying to get the best product out there.
Yeah.
When you finally ended up being a duo, di ba, parang before madaming members and then kayo na lang dalawa ang natira, um, did you talk about plans or did it just evolve naturally from there?
We had like short term plans, long term plans, and then eventually I think some of those plans didn't match up with the others, and it only ended up that Andre and I had plans that were exactly alike, and we chose to move forward with just us two na lang.
What were some of those plans? I'm curious.
Obviously, trying to make a name for ourselves here in the Philippines, trying to get our music out there as much as possible, and hopefully, like long term plans, try to go global, try to get our name around the world. So that's our big goal for.
Posible pa naman. But I mean yung plans
Yeah.
before, na hindi nag-work out or that you had to let go.
I think it was just time, the timing of everything, uh, and I guess like I wouldn't say priority, but then more of us just wanting this more. Like we really wanted this as our future job, as the only thing that we'd be doing. and Simon and I agreed on that. Like we just want to keep pushing until we get the goal.
I see. I'm having quite a hard time reading your personalities. Are you more alike or totally different people, the persons?
We're alike in some way in terms of like grit and our work ethic, and also like personality wise, we're kind of the same person. I think one of the main reasons why we work so well is because we both have the same mindset in terms of everything we have in our lives.
I see. Before we move on to the song, napanood ko nga yung interview as I said, ano, and parang you mentioned na you're not afraid to put anger across as a message or to fuel your message, to use, as you said, inflammatory words. Where does that come from?
I think we just write what we want to say. Is what we were trying to say in that interview. Is like if we have an opinion on something, we basically just write about it. We had this song about Baal. It's
Yeah.
called Baal, and we just like spoke our mind there and just wrote about it.
Okay, tell me about changes. I listened to Pricey and Baal, as you said, but this sounds more ready for a bigger audience, if I may put it that way.
Anything.
Even yung
Thank you.
tono, but let it come from you guys. Tell me about changes.
Yeah, so like you said, you've listened to like the other songs. With every song, I think we try to experiment with different sounds. You know, like none of them sound alike. And with changes, we really wanted to see if we could grab like a bigger market than the songs we were releasing before. And with changes, we really tried to push ourselves more into making more melodic songs instead of just purely rapping, and try to find a topic or theme we could write about that people could resonate with. And so when we came up with changes, I think we thought that it was like a perfect song to release.
But why that topic or subject in particular?
Because I think with everything going on, there's always like change. So we just like thought of one word, which is change, that could work with the whole song. And like the verses came up, the verses ended up with like three different perspectives, like Sam's perspective on the word change, my perspective, Sam's perspective, and the hook just like combined them all together.
And it's
So we really
timely.
tried to do something like perfectly timed.
And it's timely with what's happening with us for more
Yeah.
than a
Yeah.
year now. Okay, how do you write songs? How do you record them? Tell me about your process as a duo.
Well, our process was before changes was mostly online. That's what we got used to. Like we'll start like either one of us would start something, and then we'd send them through Messenger, and then we'd go back and forth. But with changes, it was the first time Andre and I were in the studio together, so it was more of like just back and forth. Like with the hook, Andre made the melody, and then he made the first line, and then we went back and forth, filling up the hook with lines, and it was just like a super organic process that felt super natural.
Oh, interesting. You wrote the song habang nasa studio na kayo. So you came to the
Yeah.
studio with nothing.
Yeah, basically.
Wow, ang lakas yun sa Universal, ha? Kasi di ba tumatakbo na yung metro? But did you request na gano'n ang proseso? Or was it their idea na, why don't you write together?
It was their idea to bring us to a studio with the producer. The producer was Brian Lotho, and I guess we just had like this organic chemistry, I would say, and like the connection, like with the beat, with us, it was all just organic, and everything just went smoothly.
Talaga, how fast kayo inabot to finish the song?
I think we finished like half of the song in one day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we had to rework on a different studio session to add Sam's parts
Sam's part, yeah.
after.
Can you edit the other members' lyrics? Are you allowed to do that, or out of respect, you just give suggestions and then you fix it yourself, or can you edit it yourself? The other
we don't
guys.
really we don't really edit the lyrics. It's more just like comments like, oh, I think you can improve on this, or like maybe switch up
Yeah.
this, yeah, and things like that. Yeah.
I see. Okay, what's the story with Sam Cruz? Bakit siya? Excellent choice, of course, but you know.
She had a great voice. She's like as young as us, almost younger than us. And when she gave us her verse, it was good. It was really good for the song. And the way our voices like sounded together were nice. You'll hear it on the hook, and yeah, it just worked. It just worked.
Yeah, and before she came onto the song, we had a version of changes that it was okay, but like it wasn't as good as it is now. And then we came to the label, and then their thoughts on it was to add Sam. And at first, obviously, we were a bit hesitant, and then once we heard her parts, when she sent them over, we were like instantly uh, proud of the decision made by the label.
Right, at saka ang laki ng contribution niya. I know she was just, not just, she was singing the melody part ng chorus, just an octave higher than you, parang di ba? But ang laki nung nagawa.
Yeah, it
And
brightens up the whole song.
yeah, that's the word. Sabi ko, oh wow, that's simple but that effective. That's all it needed. Anyway,
Yeah.
sige. But for me, sa lahat ng songs niyo, ang gusto ko yung Baal. I'm a Baal guy.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank
I
you.
love it,
Wow,
yeah.
thank you.
Medyo dark siya, no? Okay. Tell me the concept of the music video about it. I think
I
sinunod
think-
yan sa UR elevator, di ba? But what's the concept?
Yeah. We shot it in the building, and it was just more of just showing like cool visuals that would pair up with the song nicely, and like just like totally vibe with it. And yeah, that's just basically it.
I see.
Yeah, and
Pero,
then the once the team sent us over their concept art for the music video, it was more of like an expression of youth. So you see a lot of those in the music video with the visuals, the editing, the way we presented ourselves in front of the camera, and to tie up like the whole song as well.
do you style yourselves? Or do you have a stylist?
Uh, we style ourselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
they were
then
like pegs. Yeah,
yeah, we had like pegs and everything, and then we also had like a sponsor for the video.
I see. Akala ko naman may ibig sabihin yung elevator. Kaya niyo piniling elevator kasi di ba it goes up. Nag-iiba-iba yung floor. Akala ko may piniling din siya. Okay. How different is, well, you can elaborate on this. Anong pinagkaiba nitong bago yung kanta sa dati yung kanta? Sabi niyo nga, mas accessible. May madadagdag pa ba kayo?
I think it's also more personal. Baal was kind of dark, Rose Gold, Cinderella, and Flying Pimpin, Pricey. Were all just like to hype people up. And changes, we kind of went more personal with it. Like with our verses, you can see like hidden messages there. With the hook, we really tried to relate with people's emotions. And yeah, I think that's the biggest difference.
yeah. Also, I think it reflects more of our authenticity as artists. With like the rest of our previous songs, it was all about like how cool can we sound, and now with changes, it's like okay, let's like talk about something we actually feel, and that's why we became so proud of the final product with it.
I think many artists go through that in that order. Una, pakita mo muna yung skills mo, pakita mo, di ba, what you're about, but eventually you just go inside.
Yeah,
And it took you what, 5 songs to get there?
Yeah,
yeah.
Diba? Meron bang may album ba?
Um, we have like a lot of songs in the bag that need like fine tuning to place them in chronological order that sounds like an album or any compiled work. And so, as of right now, maybe release a couple more singles. But the main goal for us right now is to have like an album or an EP out soon.
Ang basa ko kasi, iba-iba nga yung tunog nyo eh. So isip ko, siguro may album. Because yung pagkakaiba-iba would put that together. I think there should be one.
We'll see.
We'll
Good
see.
concept.
Yeah, okay. I'm not sure kailan kayo nag-form, I mean kung anong year, pero naranasan nyo bang mag-perform before a live audience?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did twice. Back in 2019, am I correct? And 2020, I think.
2019.
So, both of our like live performances from 2019, and yeah, like surprisingly, we just felt comfortable on stage, like especially with our friends there supporting us, of course, and like we just really like the crowd, I guess.
Yeah.
What did the pandemic do to the artist in you? Did it make you angrier? Did it make you retreat inside? Or what did it do to you individually?
I was really looking forward to like more live performances. I think that's one of the things that the pandemic took away from us. But also, I think it allowed us to really dig deeper into who we were as artists and to try to find our sound. And with changes, I think it was like the first step towards that goal for us.
I like the
I
way
think-
you, I'm sorry, I like the way you said took away from us because really it was robbed from us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Andre, sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Andre.
I think it also gave us like patience. Like Simon and I are so ready to like just go at it and show everyone what we can do. Like make more people listen to our music, and that got stolen from us. And then I think another thing that Simon and I learned is like we're trying to find more ways to reach more people. So like more social media stuff, more content, and we're slowly learning how to do those things.
Okay. Nagkakaroon ba kayo ng comments na you're not too strict to be hip hop? May ganun ba? Wala naman.
Not really. No, I think we understand like our privileges and that we may not be the right types of people to be in hip hop, but I think once you dig deeper into the messages of our songs, it's not really about us trying to feel street. It's more of like an expression of who we are as people. So, yeah.
And I think that's old school thinking, yung street credibility. Like, especially in these 2 years, it's all about authenticity more than what credibility. Diba? The authenticity is the credibility. If you're not street, but if you're putting out a good message, you're authentic. Tama?
Yeah, well said. Well said.
Yeah, that's what I read from you guys. Okay, okay. Paano kayo naiba sa ibang hip hop acts?
I think dabbling into different types of genres in hip hop is like what we've been doing a lot recently. Like you've seen the whole just full on rapping or like doing trap and doing these melodies. So I think we're comfortable and confident enough to experiment with these sounds.
Yeah.
You were saying kung gaano kayo kaiba sa ibang hip hop acts.
Yeah, we just experiment in different sounds and we're confident enough to like release these because we really think it's good. And I mean, we're still trying to find our sound and I think we're making good music while we're at it.
Are you both below 20?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm 18. He's 19, I think.
yeah, I'm 19.
Oh, crazy. Ang galing nyo, ha? Ang galing, ang galing.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
A few more questions before we wind up. Ano mga gusto nyo isulat? I mean, there's changes, there's bahal. Ano mga subjects you find yourself gravitating towards?
Oh, sorry, I
Uh,
was lagging. What was
uh,
the question?
Kung ano yung mga tipo ng subjects that you are naturally attracted to writing. Like ako
I
kanina sabi
think
ko, I'm a vile person, so I write about dark things. But you guys,
I think with us right now, with our like mentality, it's like being the underdog. We feel like we our song should be getting more attention, and we should be getting like people should be noticing what we're writing in the lyrics, because like the lyrics are really where we shine. I would say, and I think that's one skill set that we're really good at. And yeah, I think with us right now, we're trying to like show people that we're more than just these two kids just trying to rap. Like we want to say something in our songs, and we want you guys to feel a certain way about them, and listen to the lyrics, pay attention to them. And yeah.
Simon,
Um, we really like to talk about our uh the how we've been looked at
okay.
I think he's lagging.
Yeah.
to be more appreciated, and it's it's one thing that we talk about a lot in our songs, especially now with changes.
And you've never hidden the fact na you you want to hopefully make it internationally. No? I
Yeah,
mean, it's out there in the open. Like there are many artists now, maybe they're shy about it, but you guys, it's part of the goal.
yeah,
Yeah.
we want to get there.
And I think that's what is working against you for now. Ano. Like ako, pinakinggan ko nga yung mga kanta nyo. Sabi ko, ang mindset nila, hindi hindi Pinoy pop eh. Ano siya, international nga. Ano. Not trying hard with the hooky hook or, and it will take a while. Kasi di ba ang Filipino, sometimes they think na pag tunog international or they're trying to be copycats. But actually, can't we sound global without being copycats? After all, it's a global
Yeah,
village na, di ba? And I commend you for doing that, both of you. Even at a young
Thank
age,
you.
ganun na yung mindset.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, sige. Future plans nyo? May may album or paano ba? Mag-online concert ba kayo? How will you promote the music?
We're trying to be more active on Instagram and TikTok, because I feel like TikTok's like a big way to just explode out of nowhere. And yeah, we're working on a lot of songs. Like I'm so excited for you, like for everyone to hear it and see what we've been up to, like the past, like the gap between Pricey and Changes is like 6 months.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we have a lot of like songs in the bank from that 6 months.
Ba't ang tagal?
Mhm.
I mean, bakit natagalan yung, sabi mo it took 6 months before a new song came out?
The pandemic actually, because things had to be done inside the studio, and there were like MECQs, GCQs, and it was tough for us to go back. And there were also a lot of like reworkings done to the final mix. I think we had about like 10, 11 versions of the final mix of Changes, and we were super like being perfectionists about it, that we wanted it to be as good as possible.
I can tell. You're there when they mix the music every time?
Oh no.
Or they just present you yung final mix na and then you comment?
Yeah.
But it's never going to be perfect. It's never
Yeah.
going to be perfect. Alam mo yun, 3 months from now, pag pinakinggan nyo pa din, sabi nyo, sana tinaasan namin yung hi-hat or sana tinanggal na lang namin sa part na to. Or what's like sound, sana wala. It's always going to be that way sa mga artists. Okay. Well, ito pala, my last question. Second to last question. Bakit niyo piniling mag record label when everyone's doing otherwise, especially sa hip hop, di ba? Well, let's just record at home, put it sa distro music, and then labas na.
I think for us, since like I was saying a while ago, that we're like ready to be out there. We're ready to keep releasing music. We're ready to perform. And when Universal came to us, they wanted that for us too. And I also talked about how we felt like we were the underdogs, and it's like Universal were the only ones that like pushed us, believed in us, and trusted us like to make our own music and to just like trust us with our sound.
Were you rejected by other labels?
We didn't approach any other labels. It's more just like no one else really took
Yeah.
notice.
Talaga. Well, sino bang A&R ngayon ng Universal? Who's the A&R guy ng Universal?
A&R.
Yeah, who approached you?
Oh, Kathleen,
Ah,
Tita Kathleen.
si Kathleen na mismo. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Thank you. I have all my questions answered. Now, can you just invite them to experience changes?
You can stream changes on all digital streaming platforms. And then you can watch the music video and the lyric video in the Universal Record Philippines YouTube page. And then you gotta follow us on IG and TikTok at P6 Collective. Yeah, so stream changes is dope.
Simon?
Yeah, everything you said. And make sure to follow our socials. We'll be announcing like more releases soon, or what we're gonna drop and when we're gonna drop them. They'll be on our socials.
Writer. He, H. Studios.